Hey everybody, it's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. Got a video here today talking about the 7 worst cruises of the year as ranked by me, Bruce, with Traveling with Bruce for 2017. And I thought, well, let's start at number 7 and kind of go up from there. Gotta tell you, when you begin a trip, you're full of excitement. You've been planning this cruise for months, sometimes for years. You're just hoping nothing goes wrong. You hope you don't run into bad weather like this or heavy-duty storms. But sometimes things happen that you just can't believe. And, well, here are the 7 worst cruises of the year. The first one, number 7, Carnival Sunshine, tilting at sea. The ship was just on the beginning of a 7-day cruise out of Miami when all of a sudden, in the middle of the evening, just around dinner time, she did this. She started tilting while she was sailing along. This is pitch dark outside. You couldn't see anything. And oh man, the people in the dining room were scrambling. Everything came tumbling down. People were hanging onto their tables, hoping not to be swished all the way down to the other end of the ship. It wasn't fun. A lot of people were terrorized by this. It lasted a little over a minute. They corrected it. The ship went on her way, but a number of people got off at the next stop and swore they would never cruise again. Very terrifying experience, and I wouldn't want to have it happen myself. The number 2 contender, number 6 worst cruise of the year, just happened last week. Very tragic story. This is where a 52-year-old woman was thrown off the side of the cruise ship, only to land on top of a lifeboat. She was killed. Terrible scene. Someone has been arrested. It's still a pending story. We're staying on top of it, but oh, the passengers on board. What a bummer for the rest of the cruise. It's a sad, sad story. Number 5, that would be MSC Seaside. Oh my goodness, did the stories come out this year? How can anything go wrong on a cruise ship like this? It's a brand new cruise ship, $1 billion build out, cutting edge look and design, absolutely looks fantastic. But oh, the complaints about the food, the poor choice in the buffet. The entertainment was opera, announcements in 6 languages. Every 5 minutes, it was just never ending. The food, the entertainment, the poop smell people were insisting on. What a story that one was. I'm still getting comments on it. The number 4 worst cruise of the year, Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas. From Liverpool to the Canary Islands, the stabilizer broke off in the middle of the ocean. She was in the North Atlantic, and one of those stabilizers, you can see in the bottom of the ship, there's a couple of fins sticking out the side of the ship there. Those are the stabilizers. Here's another peek at what it looks like. These come out to the side of the ship when you run into some rougher waters and help to smooth things over. Apparently, there was a loud bang heard on board, and the story goes that one of these actually snapped off. We can't get a confirmation from the cruise line, but let me tell you, for the balance of the trip, the passengers were worried. They sent her into Vigo, Spain, through rough seas to get her pumped out. There was a hole punched in the hull. They had to pump the ship out. They were able to do that, to continue on her way once they patched her back up again. But passengers were not happy with the compensation offered, the rolling action of the ship, and it was just not a good time. The trip after this trip was a transatlantic cruise. It got rerouted, practically canceled, had to go deep south and across the Atlantic. It's now in Miami, working out of Florida. Hopefully all will be well. Okay, here's the number 3 cruise. Royal Caribbean Cruise from Hell on Voyager of the Seas. 1,300 guys from India with a tobacco company came on board a ship with 1,700 innocent victims looking to go on a 5-day relaxing cruise. Turned out it became a bender for 1,300 guys. Loud music, women dressed up in Playboy suits. It was out of control. The cruise line refunded all 1,700 innocent victims all their money and said, we'll never do that again. The number 2 worst cruise of the year, Carnival, the Melbourne, Australia trip. Carnival Legend, Cruise from Hell, 23 family members picking fights on board with security guards and other people on board. Passengers were terrified. They hid in their rooms with their children. These 23 family members eventually got kicked off the cruise the day before it ended, and it was a national sensation in Australia, causing headlines around the world. And the number 1 worst cruise of the year has to be Norwegian Sun 15-day Panama Canal Cruise from Hell. This was supposed to be a 15-day holiday cruise of a lifetime. People had flown in from around the world to get on this ship, over 2,100 of them, only to find out that they were on A construction cruise. The entire front end of the ship and most of the top deck got roped off all during the 15-day cruise as they stripped the top of the ship with varnishes and chemicals, repainted, dust everywhere in the food, in the drinks, the toxic chemical smell in the ventilation systems, in the cabins. Passengers were coughing and hacking, have seen doctors since. The cruise line offered a paltry 25% credit against a future cruise, but you had to use it in a year. Eventually, they offered 100% cruise credit for a future cruise. People are still not satisfied. The worst cruise of the year. What are you going to do? 2017. What a year for cruising. We love cruise ships, though. On my channel, we talk cruise ships 6 days a week, Monday to Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Time, and Saturdays at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Join us. We love talking about cruise ships, but we won't hide from stories like these, and we'll keep on top of them. Subscribe to my channel today, and we'll see you next time, folks. Bye for now.